Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to Guitar of the Week. So you may notice I am in a different location today, and it's probably a bit fuzzy. That's because I'm a doofus, and I deleted the first take of this video in the studio upstairs, and, accidents happen, right? The rest of the video will be as advertised, of course. But yeah, got a sweet guitar this week. A total dream guitar of mine. I really wish it was mine. Unfortunately, it isn't. But that's okay. I'm thrilled just to be able to play it. Let's go check this thing out. Alright guys, here we go. So this is a little bit later case. This would have originally had a brown case. But this is from 1958. Got an original Gibson Les Paul Special TV. One of my favorite guitars. Check out how high the dot is on that. It's way up there. I've noticed that on a lot of 50s era Gibsons, especially 57, 58. That dot, I've even seen it higher than this. I've seen it like all the way up there. Pretty cool. So last week we did the Junior. That is the one pickup, one P90 guitar. This is the step up from that. This is the special. So you get an extra pickup here, get a neck pickup, volume and tone per pickup, get binding on the neck on these, and an inlaid logo versus the silk screen on the Junior. This is a really sweet guitar. I wish this one was mine, to be honest. If you've been around the groups, you know that I just got done doing a lot of work to this guitar, and we're going to give it a test run. Because somebody modified it back in the 70s. They put a Leo Kwan badass bridge on it. They changed out all the wiring and put Grovers on it and blah, 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 blah. Well, those upgrades were kind of weighing the guitar down a little bit, so we just put it back to original. I just finished it up. It's all ready to go. Actually ready to head back to the owner pretty soon, but he was gracious enough to let me do this first. So yeah, we're gonna go test it out and tell you a little bit more about it. Let's go hear this thing. Alright guys, we got the 1958 TV Special here. Now the pickups in this guitar are a little bit weaker than the ones in the Junior we did last week. Both resistance and magnet wise, I believe. I mean, obviously I don't know for sure about the magnets, but I'm pretty sure they're a little bit weaker, which would make sense because 61, that's an on-the-go 5. That's a short 5, whereas these could have anything. It's hard to say. But anyways, so man, this guitar still sounds awesome. We're plugged into a 1967 Ampeg reverb rocket today. We're also going to run into the Marshall later, just like we did last week. Except for I think we're going to do the DSL this week instead of the Plexi. Change it up a little bit. But yeah, let's start out on the bridge pickup and have a listen to the clean sound. Just a beautiful, sparkly, clean sound. I'm sorry for the rattle you're hearing. That's not clipping. That's actually this Ampeg chassis sort of going, and I need to fix that. It's on like a shock mount. I don't know. I'll get that fixed at some point. But yeah, so because this guitar into that Marshall is excellent. That's all I'm going to say about that. So yeah, let's go have a listen. Neck on this one is chunky. It's not reissue chunky though. The reissues, for the most part, from what I've seen, kind of get the neck shapes wrong. This is by no means a monster neck. It's very, very comfortable. It is a little bit thicker than the 59 175 that I have, like depth-wise, but not by a lot. It's definitely thicker than the 61 neck, though. They do get that one pretty right. Anyways, so we've got a bridge pickup here. We're going into a gained-up Marshall. Just sounds incredible. So we're going to go through the bridge, middle, neck pickups, just play for a little bit, and love this guitar. Have I said that? Yeah, because I love this guitar. Here we go. This guitar's a little bit tricky for me to play. The frets on this in 1958 were still pretty small, a lot smaller than the newer frets. They're shorter as well as they're pretty narrow. Early on into 59, Gibson switched to a bigger, meatier fret wire. I think that's part of the reason why 59s are just more desirable as far as Gibson guitars go, just because they have that big fret on them. And these are the original frets to this guitar, and yeah, I gotta work a little bit harder. They're great for like fast stuff, but when you're trying to do big bends, it's a little bit on the tricky side. For me anyways. I'm sure I could get used to it. This guitar is in excellent condition. Excellent. Look at it. It hardly has any wear on it. Pretty incredible. Look at the back. There's no buckle rash. That's unheard of for one of these. I mean, yeah, there's a couple scratches, and the neck, look how clean the neck is. This, I don't know if you can see this, is sort of the original color of the guitar. That really, weedy sort of mahogany. The yellow has came with UV light, light exposure, sun. It yellows the lacquer, and you get this wonderful yellow color, which I love, by the way. But yeah, where they played on the neck, wore through a little bit of that clear, and you got more of the original color there, as well as on the kind of the bottom and the sides where it doesn't see as much light. But yeah, this guitar is so much better than it was when it showed up here. The original components make a huge difference. Huge. I did post a couple of videos of this guitar when I first got it in the shop here. And I recorded some stuff, and man, it's just a night and day difference. especially in how the volume and tone controls work. Central Lab pots have such a nice taper to them. It's incredible. I mean, they work from 1 to 10 most of the time, and it just cleans up so nice. I will demonstrate that now, just how well this thing cleans up with a really gained up amplifier. We'll start out on the neck pickup and let you listen to it. There just wasn't enough there, not enough travel. I tried. I was trying to do the nut bend there to simulate like a pedal steel. Yeah, it didn't work. But anyways, there's a lot of gain going on in this amp, and that thing was almost sparkly clean if I pick lightly. That is just the magic of those pots and those capacitors and everything that's going on in there. It wouldn't do that before. Anyways, this is an excellent guitar. I wish it was in my collection. And yeah. So we'll see you guys next week. We got one of my guitars again, and I'm really excited about it. Yeah, finally gonna do it. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. It's coming next week. Man, we just got to do another one of those vintage Gibsons, huh? What a shame. All right, so we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.